So everybody has opened their Visual Studio Code. Click on this extension and type. I'm dropping that package which is required for Python in Visual Studio Code in our chat window. You can just copy paste it. mspython.python. Okay. Just paste it here. Click on it. Start install. You got it? Tell me if you are not able to get it. Go to extension, type ms this python.python. I have dropped that message. I have copy pasted in our chat window of Microsoft Teams. You can copy and paste from there and download this one, Python Microsoft. Okay, install it. Click on install button. So you will be able to install that package. So until that get installed, okay, we are going ahead with the second slide. First step we have completed. We'll go with the second slide. Okay. First of all, we'll understand what exactly you mean by Git. Git, as I said, you will be using it for our source control management. Okay. Now everybody might have must have installed this package, Python. Okay. Fine. Keep keep it. As it is for the time being. We'll be coming back to it. Okay. Second thing you need to do is that go to your any drive. Okay. In my case, I have gone to my D drive in my PC. I have created one folder that is project work, and in that I have created one other folder that is Azure DevOps, Charu set, and the today's date. Okay. You can do it in your PC where you have the full access right of the uh, uh, of that drive. And again, dropping this path of my local PC, you can configure any path or you can create a folder in your local laptop or PC by yourself. Make sure that is blank currently. Or you can follow the same step that I have followed. That totally depends on you. So once you create that, remember, you just remember the directory name, that is whatever you give, Azure DevOps, I have given Charu set and today's date. So we will be copy pasting the code over here of Python. Fine. Everybody done? Created your local directory?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Then you go to that directory and you right click on it. Once you do the right click, if you have downloaded the Git, then you might have this Git bash over here. Are you able to see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just open this Git bash here. Just click on it and open it. It will open the command line like this. Just like this. Are you able to see that in your local machine, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. For the time being, I'm just minimizing this part. That is the Git bash that I have started and the folder, directory folder. Okay. Now, uh, why this Git and why it is required. What happens with this Git? Just a second, it's taking time. Just a second. Okay, so what exactly is a Git? Just pay attention. I will not go through each definition. Okay, but I'll give you some basic idea. What exactly Git means? It is a distributed version control. Okay, you can also call it as an SCM, that is source control management tool. Why Git? It is an open source distributed version control. It is designed to handle minor to major projects with high speed and efficiency. Efficiency. It is developed to coordinate the work among the developers. When I say, or if you read this, it is developed to coordinate the work among the developers. Now we are going to see that how it coordinates. Now you guys are more than 150 plus students right now. Okay. Now suppose for think about that, when you all started working on a particular application, you will require an access to the same file, to the different modules, the different database. I mean, same the database also. So, in order to manage the work, we use this GitHub, or say Git, okay, which is a distribution version control. Now, with the distributed is what we mean is that, see, we will be having one repo, that is, we will be having one application, which is, for example, say, which we have put on Git. We have created one repository over there, and we have put that Git repository, and everybody takes a clone from that repository in your local. Okay, so you start working in your local. Once you start working in your local and you commit your code, it will go again to that server. Okay, we are going to in the next slide. We are going to see that. Don't worry about that. Okay, so let's start it again. It is an open source. It is a free for your student. It comes with much more benefit. You can use it. When the number of user increases, the Git can easily handle such situation. Distributed means that instead of switching the project to another machine, we can create a clone of the entire repository, and the project can be used by different user. Okay, the same project will be used by a different user. That we are going to see. Security. It is secure. Yes. It uses the SHA, that is secure hash function, to name and identify an object within this repository. Files and commits are checked and retrieved by its checksum at the time of checkout. So this is the security already provided with the SHA by Gate itself, and it is much more secure. It is also speedy. Most of the Git operations are done on the local repository, so it provides a huge speed. Also, centralized version control system continually communicates with the with the server somewhere. So how this is done, we'll see it. Uh, this is just a Git flow. Uh, that again we are going to see it, but just I'm making you aware of it. Uh, this is a github.com, which is a centralized server. Okay, and these all codes are in your local. This is the working copy, which is in local. Okay, and then when you add a file, then you need to push that file to the GitHub. Then you need to type the command git add, and then git commit, and then git push. So that your local code will go to from your local machine will go to the github.com. Okay, and suppose if anybody of see, suppose tomorrow if no new team members will come, then he needs to fetch that code into his local machine. So in that case, git fetch is used. Okay, so you fetch it, git fetch, and you do the checkout of the branch, do the merging. Also, you do the git clone, git log, and git show. Don't worry about this. We are going to see it right now in the next slide. Okay. These are all the different commands that we'll see uh, once we have the repository downloaded. Don't worry about this. I'll be coming back to this slide again. Okay, and this command also. So, as I said, uh, I created different. Now, just guys, pay attention now because this is the most important thing now that we are going to do. Okay, what we are going to do is that we are going to take a code from GitHub. We are going to take a code from GitHub to our local repository. First of all, understand that what we are doing. We are going to take a code from GitHub to our local repository, to our local machine. Okay, and then uh, we'll run that code locally. We'll make that changes, and then we are going to deploy that code to Azure DevOps. I mean to Azure DevOps Vivek. So pay attention now. If you skip, you will miss. Okay. The first step is that create a folder that we have completed this step. Create a folder child in your local machine in D drive that I have already guide you guys in the project for. I have already created that. Okay. Open folder in Visual Studio code in local machine that we have already done it and type the ms-python.python and install that package. We have installed that package. So now it's okay. Okay. So we have completed 3 steps. Open the terminal in Visual Studio and type the below line. Git clone. Let me just copy paste for you guys in our chat window. First of all, just go to this. All of everybody, just copy this link and open it in your browser. Or you can see my screen. Everybody, just see my
Yes, sir.
screen. Okay. So you see there is a code already available. Where it is in GitHub, and where it is a public and it can be accessed to browser. Okay. So your code is in public and anyone can access that code. Access in the sense they can take the copy of this code into their local machine. Okay. So GitHub is a centralized repository. Now this code, I say this is a repository that is MS Docs, Python Flask, Web App, Quick Start, which mainly contains the Python code. Fine. So now in the second step, what we are going to do, you can go to, if you want to copy the code, what you can do, you can go to the code, you can copy this, okay? Or instead of that, what you can do, I'm just copy pasting it, clone, guys, follow me. Okay? Oh shit. Copy this git clone http S. Just copy it. And then you go to our folder, empty directory that you have made in your local machine. Go to it. And then right click it and open git bash. Opened everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right click, paste. So what you are doing here is that you are taking the GitHub code into your local machine. Fine? Okay?
Yes, sir.
You have pasted it, then enter it. So what it will start? It will start cloning that code into your local repository, local machine. So once it is done, you can see a folder MS-Doc Python Flask Web App Quick Start. Okay, got it, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now open your Visual Studio Code. Open. Go to File. Sorry. Go to File. Open Visual Studio. Go to File. Open Folder. Okay. Go to your directory. That for the code that we have taken currently. Just go to that directory and open this in your Visual Studio Code. Do like this. Okay. Open this folder. Just select this folder. MS Docs Python Flex Web App Quick Start. Select folder. So now guys, you can see in your Visual Studio Code, all the code has been downloaded to your local machine. Okay. You see in the templates, you see the hello.html and index.html. Okay. Now the actual code resides into GitHub. Where it resides? In the GitHub. But you have taken a clone, a copy of that into your local machine. What you have taken? A copy of that code into your local machine. Okay. So have you guys, if you guys have noticed one thing, that earlier this folder was empty. Okay. Now we have this folder with the cloning that we have done. Okay. You have this folder, and in that folder you have this .git. What you have is here is that it's a .git. So this folder mentions that indicates that it is a Git repository. Understand that? What it mentions? It has a Git repository, and this file also contains the requirement file. Okay, so what this requirement file contains? It contains the packages that are required to run this application. Okay, so now in the second step, we are going to run this application locally in our PC. So now you guys open Visual Studio Code. Okay, click on this terminal. Just follow me, guys. Whenever you think you're not following me, just raise your hands. I will stop uh, and make you aware of where we are. Go to this terminal, new terminal. So that will open a new window. Okay. Make sure you are in the right folder. Currently, I am in the project for Azure DevOps Charuset, 2nd April, MS Docs, Python, Flask, Web Apps, Quick Start. Is it fine for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Or if you are not able to open your terminal, okay, then you can simply go to your folder. Okay, you can just go here, you can select this and just type cmd. Just type cmd. That will also open the command prompt here. Okay, so there are two ways. Whether you go with the Visual Studio Code terminal, it will show your current directory, or you go to your project, type just cmd, cmd will be opened. Okay, just type git. Let me just close it. Let me close it. Um, let us make a centralized host. Let me just close it. Okay, follow me. Go to your folder. That is, in my case, it is Project Azure DevOps Charu set. Open this MS Docs Python Flash Web app. Okay, and right click here and go to Git Bash here. You able to see my screen?
Yes,
See
sir.
now? Yeah. Okay. See now? I open the path is over there, and the main. What the main is? Main is actually a branch. Main is actually a branch. We will be coming for. On this part again. Just type Git. To type Git, you will see all the different types of commands over here. Okay. Let me just clear it. Git. See. Now let us see. Let's go and see the bytes. Okay, let us first just run our Python app. Okay, I'll show you this git init and git add git commit remote later on. Okay, just what we are going to see now is that we are going to run this our Python application in our local machine. Okay, so for that, what we are going to do is that first of all we need to run this command in our local application. I am just copy pasting it in our chat. Okay, be in parallel with me, guys. I am just taking the first command py-m v environment. I'm just copying it, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use Studio Code. Okay, and I am just pasting it. Okay, once I have pasted, just click, just make it enter it. So what it will do, it will create a virtual environment for us. Okay, so that has been done. If you don't have any error, then you will see this line again. So now the next step is to again copy paste this dot vn scripts activate. So this will open a virtual environment in our local PC. So just copy paste it, press enter. Now what we have is that .vnv environment. It is already set up. You will require this virtual environment. VNV is known as virtual environment. You will require this in order to run your application local. Okay. That is being said, everybody might have done these two steps. Okay, and you might have seen this .vnv in your local
Okay.
machine. Correct?
No.
Yes, yes, say. Go ahead.
एरर आ रही है
Sorry,
एरर आ रही है एरर
what error?
આજે વી લાસ્ટ લાઈન રન કરીને એક્ટિવેટ વાળી એમાં અનઓથોરાઇઝ્ડ એક્સેસ એવું આવે છે
તો ભાઈ તમારે તમે જ્યાં પ્રોજેક્ટ મૂક્યો ને એ તમારે એ ડ્રાઈવમાં મૂકવી પડશે જ્યાં તમારી પાસે બધા રાઇટ્સ હોય. આ નહીં કરવા દે એટલે જ મેં પહેલા જ કીધું એવા જગ્યા પર મૂકો કે જ્યાં તમને એ ડ્રાઈવનો રાઇટ્સ હોય અને એ ફોલ્ડરનો બધો રાઇટ્સ હોય. રાઈટ ક્લિક કરો એ ફોલ્ડર કે જે ડ્રાઈવ હોય અને એને એક્સેસ આપો તો થઈ જશે.
આપણે એન્વાયરમેન્ટ વેરિયેબલ્સમાં મૂકી દઈએ તો થઈ શકશે
એન્વાયરમેન્ટ હા એવું બધું ના કરીશ,
ફોલ્ડર
ખાલી રાઈટ મને ખ્યાલ નહીં આવે. બધાને આ પ્રોબ્લેમ છે? કશું નહીં કરવાનું, જોઈએ અહીંયા જઈને રાઈટ ક્લિક આપો પ્રોપર્ટીઝમાં, સિક્યોરિટીમાં જવાનું, બરાબર છે. સિક્યોરિટીમાં બધા રાઇટ્સ અહીંયા અહીંયા જે હોય ને અને એડવાન્સમાં જઈને આપી દેવાનું. તમારો યુઝરનો એક અલગ હશે, એડવાન્સમાં જઈને યુઝર એડિટમાં સોરી એડિટમાં જઈને યુઝરમાં આ બધા રાઇટ્સ ક્લિક કરશો ને એટલે આવી જશે બધા રાઇટ, ફૂલ કંટ્રોલ મોડિફાઈ પછી તમને કરવા દેશે.
ઓકે સર.
અત્યારે કેન્સલ કરું છું, મારી જરૂર નથી. કાં તો પછી એવી ડ્રાઈવમાં મૂક, મેં ડી ડ્રાઈવમાં એટલા માટે મૂક્યું છે કે ડી ડ્રાઈવમાં મને બધો એક્સેસ છે. સી ડ્રાઈવમાં મૂકશો ને તો લોચા પડશે, સી ડ્રાઈવમાં બધો એક્સેસ નહીં મળે. ઓકે ગાઈસ, સો any other issue guys? Tell me so I can move forward, because it's going to take time. Okay, so I'm moving forward. We are running out of time, guys, so answer me at least
નો
when
સર.
I ask you. Okay, so I think you might have this, okay, virtual environment running on it. So now the next step is to run the packages that are required to run this application. Okay, so in that case, what we'll be doing is that we'll be installing that packages. Okay, so in order to install those package, what we'll be doing is that we'll be using this command pip install -r requirement dot text. You see this requirement dot text I have already shown you. It is over here, okay, which contains all the packages in order to run the application. Okay, so I'm just copy pasting it in our chat window. You can take that from our chat window. Okay, pip installs / requirements dot txt. Okay, sorry, I forget to put it in our chat window. Just copy it. So once you have copied it, paste over here in the terminal. Sorry, you have to remove this question mark. I put the question mark in the chat window. Okay, enter it. So what it will do, it will install all the packages that are required to run this application. You see different packages are installed in my folder. So it has successfully installed all the packages, that is Flask and other packages which are required to run this application. I think any issues over here?
No issues, sir.
No issues. Okay, so it's fine. So now to run this application, what we are going to see is that in the next step, in order to run this, we are going to use Flask run. So let me just copy paste it our chat window. So now we have this Flask window, Flask run. Oh, what happened? And I'm going to, okay. So now you might have this URL with this follow this link. You see, you have this welcome to Azure. Could you please tell me your name? You can just type it. I will say hello, and you'll say hello, Tejas Patel. It's nice to meet you. We are going to go back home. Everybody are able to see that in your local machine?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
fine. So what we have done here is that we have successfully taken a clone of a Git repository in our local machine, and we have run that application in our local machine. Okay, so now you understand what I exactly mean by distributed. Distributed means that anybody in the world can take this code and they can work on that code in their local repository. You are trying to understand, please try to understand. So now, whatever changes you are going to make in their application, you are going to make it in your local machine, right? And whenever you think that that this code needs to be pushed to the origin, in our case, what is origin? This one. So whenever you push the code, it will come here, and that again will be available to all the guys in the world. So remember this. Everybody, it is distributed. Distributed in the sense that now in the currently what guys we have, that is more than 113 plus. So now more than 113 plus copy of this repository is been running in their local machine. But centralized only we have one. This is a centralized copy. And what you have is the local copy of yours. You're going to make the changes and you're going to push that code to this repository so that it will be available to all the users. Fine? Okay. Now, uh, yes, what we are going to see is that I'm just copy pasting some command, some git command over here in chat window. This copy here, copy those command and open your bash. Okay. What we are going to see is git. Just type git status. So that will say on branch. That is main. See, guys, don't get confused on when I say this term branch. Okay. There is again a whole set of another lecture can be given on this branching strategy. You just try to understand that is that in every project we have the main or master branch which has the complete source of code. Okay, again in the codes are divided in different branches. Okay, suppose if one guy is working on user model, then he will create a separate branch on it. But that is a different topic and that is a different whole. I mean, I can give you an hour of lecture on that branching strategies and branching structure. So I'm not moving ahead on that. You just understand that every code has a main or a master branch. Okay. So you are currently on your branch, which is main, and your branch is up to date with origin main. What do you mean by origin main? See, this one is the origin main. Okay. So the code which is present here is in your local with this statement. Your branch is up to date with origin main. And what you will have in your local, the local code that you have, it is origin slash local. Okay. Nothing to commit, working tree is clean. So you have not made any changes currently. We have just run the code. So we don't have any changes. So the working tree is clean. Okay. First thing first. Then the other thing, git remote v. Now what does this git remote slash v means? It will tell us the origin uh, of this particular repository. You see, uh, I think, sorry guys, I'm in different folder. Just a minute. Sorry, guys. And the command git remote bash v. Now, when you type this command in your bash, you will see that git remote dash v, which means that it has its origin on the http github.com Azure samples ms docs python flash web app quick start. Now, what is this? That we have taken the clone earlier from this site. Okay, I have already mentioned that in our chat. The first command that I have given you, the GitHub, GitHub Azure samples ms docs plus web quick start. So this is the same. Okay, so we have taken clone from this origin. Fine. Okay. Now our code is running well in our local machine. We have taken a Git repository from GitHub. Okay. So now the next step, the next process is that we are going to use the cloud service now. So we are moving forward with the cloud service now. Okay, guys. So now what the first thing to do over here is that you can just, I said you that you guys must have their your Azure subscription, right? Ready with you. Keep your Azure subscription ready with you and go to here portal.azure.com. It will ask you for the login. Go here. I'm dropping it in our chat window. Go to portal.azure.com. Let me also go there. My screen is visible to you guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, so it will ask you, see my screen, pick an account. I have an account with my devdigital.com. Okay, you might have yours. So you'll be enter your password. It, and you can sign up. So in that case, just a minute. I need to approve it with my mobile because there's a certain configuration that I have done. Are you guys able to log in to your portal? Once you are login, the screen will show you as you can see in my screen. Sorry, it's taking. But are you able to log in? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, okay. At my end, it's taking time. Just a minute. Actually, it's my company account, so I have been secure. So what you guys are showing? Are you able to see this screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have your info over here on the right hand side corner. Okay. Yeah. Sorry if anybody needs to ask something. Hello. Hello. Are you able to see this screen in your local
Yes,
machine?
sir.
It might be different from. Yeah. No problem. No problem. Just be with me. You are able to see this thing. Welcome to Azure. Or what you are able
Yes,
to
sir.
see?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You are able to see this. Welcome to Azure. Okay. Just click start with Azure free trial. Start and click the start button over there. Mine is already configured, so I'm not able to see that. Okay. Oh. Uh, you also have this access student benefits, but currently it will take time. So started, guys.
Yes, sir. Started.
Okay. So now see what you are going to do is that just follow me. First of all, see and then you do this. Okay. I'll be giving you time. What I'm going to do is that you can also go from here. Okay. Or you can just type search resources services. What you are going to type over here is that right app services. Just type app services, app services. You can see the app services over here. So that might be different with the different. Once you have done that, hello, just click on this app service. Okay. And then I have already one of my app services running. So this is showing me over here. Just click on the create button. Are you following me, guys? Hello.
Yes, sir. Following.
Okay. In the app service, just create. Okay. Click the create button. Now, just pay attention over here, first of all. Then you can do it. I'll give you time. Just first of all, pay attention over here. In the create web, there are steps that is basic, deployment, monitoring, tags, and review and credit. See, all those steps are given in the slide also. So once this lecture is over, I'll be sharing this with the Bridges, and he will be sharing to you. Okay, so don't worry about that. Uh, but I'm also showing you with a practical way. Okay, so now we are here to create web app. Don't do anything currently, guys. Just see what I'm doing. If you do anything here and there will be charges. So don't do anything which is unnecessary. Just follow me, first of all. In the subscription, we have already chosen the free trial. So we are doing the free trial here. In the resource group, okay, I have already one resources group, but you might not have any resources group. So what you can do in this case, uh, just do it with me. Create new and give the name. Set, give the current date 02/04/2022 and click on OK. Okay, done.
Yes, sir.
Once you're done, okay, once you're done, that will be visible in your Dropbox. I mean, drop down. In my case, I have already one resource group created. So in that case, it is DevOps Charuset. So I'm just selecting it, DevOps Charuset, or let me just align with you only, guys. Charuset underscore 02-04 dash 2020, and I just click OK. So I have this resource group. See again, what do you mean by resource group and all those things will take another lecture for me. Okay, so if you demand, if you guys demand, then I can arrange for this lecture also. But first of all, just go ahead. Then see, this is the name. Okay, so what exactly you mean by this name? So this will be the name visible of your site. So whatever name you give here will be considered as your website. Okay, so I'm just giving here uh, uh, Python charu set. Okay, so this is already been taken. So I have already taken. So what I'm do here is that I'll go and you create different, guys. You can create your own. So I'll just give 456. Okay, guys, you can keep your Python web dash web app dash charu set as it is, and in the last thing, the number you can interchange it. You can interchange your 456. Last this one. I'm just dropping it down in our chat window. 56. Okay, guys, just try to give it your number, and if that I mean that name is available in Azure, it will right click it. See here. I mean, and if it is not available, it will show you an error. See like this. The app name Python is not available. So just try to rename the last three digit. Okay, guys, are you able to do that? And you have this correct version. I mean, corrected. Remember, this will be our site. That is python-web.charuset.456.azurewebsite.net. This will be our website. Done, guys? Hello. Okay, take your time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now you have this runtime stack. So in our case, what we are going to use, we are going to use Python. So I am taking Python 3.7. Everybody, please take Python 3.7 only, because we have already downloaded this Python 3.7. Guys, sorry. Look at my screen first of all, then you can go ahead. Just take Python 3.7 runtime stack in the runtime stack. Okay. Operating system is Linux, and region it is by default selected Central US. Okay. Uh, Linux plan is Central US. Okay, just a minute. Now in the SKU and size in this tab, please select free F1 1 GB memory. Guys, if you have this basic coming up, let me present it. First of all, look at my screen. I'm sorry about it. In the SQN size, what you guys are showing, you are saying basic B1. Yeah. Hello guys. What are you seeing here?
Yes, sir.
SQN size.
Basic B1.
Okay. Can any one of you share your screen?
So
Any one
may
of
I?
you? Yes, yes, please, please. Share your screen.
So
And
you
so
need to give me
everybody, sorry.
you would have to give me permission for that.
Okay. Uh, Permission comes from. You're not able to do this right away from your screen. Hello. What's your good
આપણે
name?
સ્ક્રીનશોટ મૂકી દઈએ.
હા સર સ્ક્રીનશોટ મૂકી દો.
એટલે તમે સ્ક્રીન નથી શેર કરી શકતા.
સર એકચ્યુઅલી અમને પરમિશન નથી શેર કરવાની.
અચ્છા. ઓકે. તમે આ સ્ક્રીનશોટ શેર કરો મને.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Gracie, you are the presenter, right? Okay, now you are presenting your screen.
Okay.
Sir, I hope it's visible.
Okay. Now, guys, everybody, just look at here. What's your good name? What
Gracie.
do you what? Gracie, already I have told you that you should use Python 3.7 version.
Sir, actually in my command prompt it is 3.9, that's why.
Okay, fine. Just go up. Okay, fine, fine. Go down. Now, Gracie, can you make your browser in full screen?
Yes sir.
Fine. Okay. So now, in the SKU and size, okay, you just click on change size. Okay, fine. Everybody are seeing this screen. Don't make any hurry. Don't be in hurry. Just follow me. Click on change size, and then Gracie, can you go to dev/test first tab in the spec
Just
speaker?
okay,
No, no,
dev
in the spec.
slash.
Yeah. Okay. And in that, can you select F1 recommend and pricing figures? No. Recommend and pricing figures in the recommended and pricing. Click on F1. F1. No, not that one. F1.
Sir, F1's not is disabled.
Visible. Uh, just close it. Okay.
Sir, in
Close it.
my case, F1 is visible.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling. Gracie, the region I have already selected Central US. Beta.
Okay.
I I told you just follow what I'm telling you. Don't do
Okay.
anything. It will
F1.
be charging you. If you might have choose B1, then the charges might have been taken from you. So guys, just follow me what I'm telling you. Don't get hurry. Just select the option that I'm giving you.
સેન્ટ્રલ
Okay,
યુએસ સિલેક્ટ
Gracie,
કરવાનું સર.
just ઉભા રહો પાછો કર. Gracie પાછું કર બેટા. આ બંધ કર દે.
Okay.
ફીચર બંધ કર. રીજન કયું સિલેક્ટ કરશો તમે? સેન્ટ્રલ યુએસ સિલેક્ટ કરો.
Central US. Okay.
હા, સેન્ટ્રલ યુએસ સિલેક્ટ કરો. બધા સેન્ટ્રલ યુએસ સિલેક્ટ કરી લો. બરાબર છે? પછી એસક્યુ અને સાઇઝની અંદર સ્ક્રીન સાઇઝમાં ક્લિક કરો અને દેવ ટેસ્ટમાં 1 GB મેમરી જે ફ્રી છે ને F1 વાળું ટાયર એ સિલેક્ટ કરો.
Okay.
કર્યું બધાએ?
Yes,
કરી
sir.
દીધું બધાએ? ઓકે, હવે એપ્લાય પર ક્લિક કરો. ઓકે, હવે ઉભી રાખજો. 1 મિનિટ ઉભી રહે. હવે મારું સ્ક્રીન શેર કરવા દે મને.
Okay.
સારું, અત્યારે સ્ટોપ કરી દે. દેખાય એટલે કહો મને. દેખાય છે? મારું સ્ક્રીન દેખાય બધાને?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Yes, sir. Sir.
ઓકે. યસ યસ.
Hello, sir.
હા, બોલ.
સર એકચ્યુઅલી આમાં એપ સર્વિસ આપણે ખોલવાનું છે ને હોમમાંથી જઈને ડાયરેક્ટ મારે ખુલતું જ નથી. ક્લિક કરું તો બીજું કંઈક રીડાયરેક્ટ થાય ને પાછું હોમ પર જ રીડાયરેક્ટ થઈ જાય ઘડી.
તારું એપ સર્વિસ નહીં ખોલતું.
હા એ મેં બંધ કરીને શરૂ કર્યું આ સાઇટ પર બી એવું થાય. એપ સર્વિસમાં ક્લિક કરું તો રીડાયરેક્ટ કરીને હોમ પર આવી જાય ડાયરેક્ટ.
આ બરાબર તારું સબસ્ક્રિપ્શન થયું નહીં બેટા. સ્ટુડન્ટ પર કર્યું?
હા
પૈસા આપ્યા હતા ક્રેડિટ કાર્ડ થી ₹2 તે સ્ટુડન્ટ પર
નહીં
કર્યું?
આવ્યા કદાચ નથી આવ્યા.
કઈ વાંધો નહીં, હું તને છે ને મારું મેલ ને પછી આપીશ, એ આપણે પછી જોઈ લઈએ, કારણ કે આપણે
Okay.
હજુ આગળ કરવાનું છે. જોતો જા, મેં તને સેક્શન
હા,
બધું આપીશ, બરાબર છે, ચિંતા ના કર. ઓકે, અને પછી આપણે શું કરવાનું છે, રિવ્યુ એન્ડ ક્રિએટ. આટલું સિલેક્ટ કરી લીધા પછી રિવ્યુ એન્ડ ક્રિએટ કરજો તમે, એટલે એના પર જશો એટલે તમને ખબર પડી. અહીંયા રિવ્યુ એન્ડ ક્રિએટ પર ક્લિક કર્યું એટલે તમને આવી જશે. તમારું વેબ એપ બની ગઈ છે, એનું સબસ્ક્રિપ્શન છે, સબસ્ક્રિપ્શન આઈડી આ છે, રિસોર્સ ગ્રુપ જે આપણે બનાવ્યું હતું તે. એન્ડ ધ સોરી ગાઈસ, name which is the site you have chosen. Okay, the publish is the code. What you publish, then you are going to publish the code, and the runtime stack is from Python 3.7. Okay, you have all the details over here. And remember, last thing that I want to tell you guys, that SQ should be free. You must have select this free. Okay, and then you can go and click on create. Just create it. So you will see it's submitting deployment. So what we are going, we have created here is the web app. Web app is a type of service, but it is a PaaS service in which we do not have access to our operating system nor the server. So this is the PaaS services, but it will act as a server. So it's in deployment is in progress. Once it is completed, you will see the details over here. Let it be. Okay, your deployment is complete, and then click on go to resources. Go to resources. Okay, now you guys see this is a Python web app, Charu set 456 that we have already selected. I have told you to give the different name over there. Okay, so now when you go to that resources, you can see the resource group that we have selected. Our subscription is free. Our subscription ID is this one. Okay, and our URL is this one. So when you click on this URL, you will see the site. It will take time to open. Just click on that site. Okay. So now, yes, we have your website working. It's not working currently, but uh, we can deploy our code on this website now. Okay. So currently there is no code available. Okay, in this web app. So in order to make the code, to make the local code push to this site. Okay. Currently we don't have anything. Okay. Just remember it. This is your site name, and we are going to push our local code. That is a Python that we have already uh, run the Python code in our local machine. We are going to push that code into our resource group, which is, resources, this web app. And when we push the code, you'll see the code over here with the Azure DevOps, and the same site which was running in local machine will run here. Okay, guys. So how we are going to do that? So now you might have seen all of your website now. Okay. Yes or no? Just tell me the answer.
યસ સર ઇન
Okay.
ફ્યુચર જો આપણને નામ ચેન્જ કરવું હોય આ વેબ એપનું તો થઈ શકે?
એ થઈ શકે, પછી તમારે ડોમેન સ્પેસિફિક લેવું પડશે બેટા.
એટલે આપણે કેવું 5 6 વાળું એ મારે ચેન્જ કરીને 9 10 11 કરવું હોય ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ તો થઈ શકે?
હવે નહીં થાય. તમારે બદલવું હોય ને તો તમારે આ એકચ્યુઅલી એ લોકોએ અઝુર વાળાએ તમને ડોમેન આપ્યું, ટેમ્પરરી છે. જોઈશ કે આ કોનું છે? આ એક સબ ડોમેન જેવું થઈ ગયું તમારું. બરાબર. સબ ડોમેન કેમ કહું છું? કારણ કે આ તું કોઈ બધાને જોશો ને, બધાની એક વસ્તુ કોમન હશે, અઝુર વેબસાઇટ .net હશે, અને આગળ અલગ હશે, આગળનું જ માળખું અલગ હશે. બાકી પાછળનું જે છે ને અઝુર વેબસાઇટ .net, હે, એ ડોમેન કોનું છે? અઝુર વાળાનું છે. એટલે ભવિષ્યમાં તમારે જો તમારું નામ રાખવું હોય તો તમારે ડોમેન પરચેસ કરવું પડશે, અને પછી આ વેબ એપને બાઇન્ડ કરવું પડે. હવે તમારે એક વખત થઈ ગયો 4.6, હવે ચેન્જ ના કરી શકો તમે એને. એ નહીં થાય. બદલવું હશે તો ડોમેન લઈને પછી અહીંયા બાઇન્ડ કરાવવું પડે. ઓકે ગાઈસ.
ઓકે સર.
હજુ થશે, ઘણા બધા આવશે ક્વેશ્ચન. હું છેલ્લે સ્લાઇડમાં નંબર ને મારું કોન્ટેક્ટ આપી દઉં છું, ડિટેલ, પછી તમે કરી દો મારી મને કોન્ટેક્ટ. રાઈટ ગાઈસ. હવે આપણે અગત્યની હવે આપણે સોરી ગાઈસ, તમને કમ્ફર્ટેબલ છે? આર યુ કમ્ફર્ટેબલ ઇન ઇંગ્લિશ ઓર ઇન ગુજરાતી ઓર હિન્દી? બીકોઝ મેની ગાઈઝ વિલ બી ફ્રોમ ડિફરન્ટ areas and different they must be speaking a different language, so I'm putting English as a language. Wherever you guys required any clarification, you can ask in your local language, no problem with that. Okay, so now આપણું આ પોર્ટલનું એ થઈ ગયું કે આપણે સોરી, we have configured the web app, and we have our site running, but we don't have code currently. So now we are going to put our code with the Azure DevOps. Okay, so now in that case, guys, please go to the site and just copy pasting the site in our chat window. So you guys just go there. Chat window. Go to the site. Copy and paste it in your browser. Okay. Now the same credentials that you have used in your Azure portal will be used here. Okay, fine guys. So now click on sign into Azure DevOps. If you are already signed up, then it will not ask you for the user ID and password. But if you are not signed up in your portal, then it's going to ask you. So please try to log in. Once you're done, just let me know. આવું આવે છે કઈ તમને?
યસ સર.
આવું આવે છે ને? એક જ મિનિટ, હા, ઉભા રહો. just wait for my instruction, guys. You click here, sign into Azure portal, and then you might be getting this window. Just look at my screen. Fill up the name of your organization and select the region. You're getting this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just type the whatever organization names you want to give, but just remember it. And for the region, just select the central US. Don't select other region, guys. I'm telling you strictly because we have deployed our web app in central US. They choose that region. Just choose the central US as your region. Will be to put our central US as a region and give name of your organization. In my case, I have just given Charu said DevOps. You can give yours also and fill up this information and click on continue button. Done, guys? Alright. Hello.
Yes,
So what screen? You might be seeing this screen now.
create a project.
Just a minute. Right, so the project that you have created will be visible over here. I mean this Charu said DevOps. It might be visible to you. Yeah. Look at my screen, guys. Don't be in a hustle. So after this screen, you might be seeing this screen in your local machine, right? So the organization that you have created in your previous step is visible over here. Charu said DevOps, right? Hello guys, please respond to me.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So by default, you will have this private selected. Okay. So you can create your own project. Just click on the create project. Come on. Click on the create project. Just give the name of your project and then create project. So you will be seeing the project over here. Correct? Hello guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. So in my case, it was there was Charu set. I'll just go ahead because this was done previously. I'll just go ahead and create a new project, you guys. Okay, it's a private, and I'll create it. So I'm in my project that is create Charu set 2 for 2022. Okay, got it, guys? Okay, so I'm moving ahead with the next slide. Say this theoretically, you'll get this. Okay, I'm just trying to say you is that you get the boards, Azure boards, Azure repo is there, pipeline is there, test one is there, and artifact is there. Azure board is for managing the project. Repos again you have taken the code from the GitHub. Okay. Now it was a GitHub. This is Azure repos. This act as a same as a repository. Okay. And this is a pipeline where we need to configure our pipeline uh, to deploy our code to our site, this site, okay, to our web app that we have created. And there is a test plan that we are not going to see. Artifact is mainly used for storing the build of our project. It is mainly used for storing the build of our project. Okay, the details are given in the slide uh, that you will get. Don't worry about that. I'm not going deeper into that. Okay, so what we guys are going to what we are going to do is that uh, we are going to click on the repos. Uh, guys, just give me 2 minutes. I'm coming. Just give me 2 minutes. I need to open the door of my room. Just give me 2 minutes. Sorry, 2 minutes. I'm coming back. Sorry, guys. Are you able to hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So now we are going to make the pipeline. We are going to configure pipeline in our Azure DevOps. Okay. So what we are going to do is that in the left side menu, you might be seeing this repos. Everybody is able to see that repos. You just click on that repos. Okay. So now, first of all, what are we going to do is that we are going to put our local code into this repos. Fine. See, currently we are not having any files. If you go to repos and files, you can see there is nothing. We don't have any file that is been in this repository. Okay. So what we are going to do is that we just push an existing repository. See, we again have three options here. Clone to your computer. Okay. Push an existing repository from command line or import a repository. In our case, we are going to use push an existing repository from our command line. Existing repository that is we have in our local machine. That is we are going to push that repository over here in this repository. Now, in order to push our local repository to this Azure repos, we need to copy this. Copy to push command to clipboard. Just copy it. Open your Notepad++ or anything Notepad you have in your local PC, and don't do anything extraordinary. Just paste over here first of all. Okay, just paste over here without doing anything. Just paste your code and keep it as it is for time being. Okay. Now, everybody done with the copying of that, guys? Just reply me
Yes, sir.
fastly. Okay. Just stop your local application. Control C. It will stop it. Fine. Local application. Sorry, it has been stopped. Now, once you have done that, I am moving forward with the slide only. So So now this is the most important thing that we are going to do now. What we are going to do is that we are going to push our local code, this code, which is in our so and so. In my case, which is in the folder Azure DevOps Charu set second active, and this is the code. Okay, so I'm going to push this code to Azure repos. So just open right click and git bash. If you have opened already, then no problem. Just check the path. Just check the path over here. Okay. So now let us go step by step. Just follow me. Don't make mistake anything. If you make mistake, okay, then you have this PPT presentation which will uh, help you out in the future. Okay. Able to see my screen, guys?
Yes, sir.
So we are going back to our local machine. We have opened the git bash. Okay. And what we are going to do is that, first of all, let us make some changes in our Visual code. So what I'm going to do is that, let us make the changes and see the changes uh, in our local machine first of all. So in my templates, I'm going to go to the index.html file. You guys might have this index.html file. Okay. I'm just in the line 13. What I'm changing is that welcome to Azure DevOps. Exclamation mark. Could you please tell your, I'm just typing here, good name. Okay, done. Just make these changes in 13 or 17, whatever changes you want to make. Fine. And then just run your application. Task run. Oh, sorry, typing mistake. Last run. Just check your application. Follow link. So the changes has been done in this file. Can you please tell your good name? And this is Patel. It is nice to meet you. It is nice to meet you. Back. Okay. And the changes are good. DevOps. Okay. Fine. Close this application. Okay. And again, go to Visual Studio Code. Just type Control C to stop your application. Just click Control C. So that will stop your application. Fine. Done, guys. Check. Tell me. I'll move forward.
Sir.
Done. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Done.
Yes, sir.
What is the name of you two guys? The last one that said yes. Hello. Okay. Forget. Just type see git status. Uh, Let me just. I have already given this command in the chat window, so I'm not pasting it again. Okay. So what we are going to see over here is that when we type git status, it will change. It will tell us what the changes has been made. So what we have done, we have changed the file index.html in the template folder. So that is what it is saying, right? Everybody able to see that in your local machine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. And
Yes,
then,
sir.
okay. Holy shit, what's that? Just a minute, guys. I'm sorry. I need to give you commands. You need to. I'm just giving you command. One by one, we'll be going ahead with that. Uh, but let me drop it right in the chat window. Git add minus a. Sure. You just try to copy and paste in Notepad or something somewhere else currently. Then again, the extender. Easy for me to type. Okay, guys, copy this command into your Notepad or somewhere else. Okay, and one by one, we are going to see this in your bash. Okay, just come back to bash, and it already says that git commit dash a. Just put it. You are in the main branch and git commit minus a. So here. Minus a. It will ask you for the commit message. Okay, herein just type the uh, first commit. So once you type the message here, git commit, and then close this file and save. So you now see you have done the git commit. Are you able to do that, guys? First of all, add git add minus a. Then editor will be open. Just type any message and then close the editor. We will come back to git bash. After that, once you go there, once you comes into the bash, just enter the git commit minus m and first commit message that I have already put in our chat window. Okay, enter it. Okay, if it shows the error, then don't worry about that. Just see, type the command get status. So it says already, let me clear it. So it will be more visible in its status. So now it will say that you already committed. Now whatever you have done was the local commit. Okay. Hello. Everybody able to see this in your screen? Nothing to commit. Working tree is clean. You should have this message.
સર ગેટ કમિટ વાળો સ્લેશ એન છે ને ડેશ એન એ રન કરે ને તો આ આવ્યું હતું ઓન બ્રાન્ચ
Error.
એરર નહીં આ લખાઈને આવ્યું અત્યારે જે ગેટ સ્ટેટસ લખાઈને આવે છે ને એ આવ્યું
હા એટલે કઈ વાંધો નહીં. અત્યારે પાછું ગેટ સ્ટેટસ લખી દે એટલે તને દેખાશે નથિંગ ટુ કમિટ વર્કિંગ ટ્રી ક્લીન. એટલે આપણે કશું કમિટ નહીં કરવાનું. આપણી લોકલ કમિટ થઈ ગઈ છે. જે પેલી ઇન્ડેક્સ ફાઇલમાં ચેન્જીસ કર્યા ને આપણે એ આપણે ચેન્જીસ થઈ ગયા. ઓકે થઈ ગયું એટલું. પછી આપણે શું કરવાનું છે કે આટલી વસ્તુ થઈ ગઈ. હવે આપણે છે ને નાવ ગાઈસ સી if I type git remote dash v, okay, it will show me the origin of this. Now the origin of this repository where we have taken the clone is http github.com azure sample ms docs python that we have already taken from the URL that I have given to you. Okay, guys. Now what we want to do is that just stopping it. I have already said you that you need to copy this, push an existing repository from command line. You need to copy this. Okay, copy it if you have not copied from the dev.azure.com. What we are going to do is that we are going to add our local repository to this origin. That is Charu set DevOps, and this might be different uh, in your PC. This DevOps Charu set because my name is different. We are going to put it in this project. Okay, so copy it and put it in your local. Sorry. So now guys, you have copied it. I'm taking different windows so it will be easy for you. Have you copied it? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir. Copied.
Okay. So now, first of all, just take the first line. What we are going to do over here is that we are going to change this origin, this one. Okay. And we are going to set the origin based here to our project, the of Azure DevOps. Okay. So git remote add the first line that you have copied here. You just copy it, paste over here. So now what it will do, it will change the origin to our CPS Charu DevOps at the rate dev.azure DevOps. Okay. So click on it. So remote origin already exists. Just a minute. It has not changed. Just a second. In that case, we need to set the origin. Just a minute. Space cat remote set URL. Look at it, guys, over here. Just paste this in your notepad. This command just paste. Oh shit. Copy this command. Copy this command and put it in your notepad. And then once you have done this, just take this HTTPS part. Copy this. Okay. Done, everybody?
Yes, sir, done.
Okay, then copy this. Go back to your bash and paste it. So what we have done is that we have changed set URL origin. So this URL we are going to change it to the new URL. Enter it. Okay. Once you have entered it, then enter the command git remote -v. You now see there is a change in the URL. Earlier it was from github.com as the sample MS docs and Kickstart. Now you can see that you have set new URL, that is now that is http charuset devops, also devops charuset devops the project name that I have given, and so on. This might be different in your local machine, but make sure it is now pointing to the organization that you have created earlier. Is it change in the local machine?
Yes, sir, changed.
Okay, now we are going to push. So now our repository, our local repository points to the origin, which is in charuset devops. This one. This one. Okay. So now the remote has been changed. So we are going to push our code, our local code, to repos. Okay. So in that case, type the command. Sorry, guys. I am giving you the command. Just paste it in your. Copy this command. Come back to the bash and paste it and just enter it. You're getting the same error. You're getting error, don't worry. Just this command. Sorry, didn't that one. Git push -u origin -all. Done. Just copy paste this one. Don't do that git push u origin main. Okay. I'm changing it here also.
I already entered the origin name.
Sorry.
ओरिजिन मेन वालो रन कर दो.
એ પણ error આવી હશે ને? error નહીં આવી.
ના મને ખાલી ક્રેડેન્શિયલ મેનેજર ખોલ્યું એમાં માઇક્રોસોફ્ટ નું આઈડી પાસવર્ડ માંગતું હતું તો એન્ટર કરી દીધું અને આવું સેમ તમારે જેવું આઉટપુટ આવ્યું ને ઓલમાં એવું જ આવ્યું.
કઈ વાંધો નહીં. થઈ ગયો તો વાંધો નહીં. એરર આવી હોય તો તને આ કહું છું. બાકી ઓરિજિનલ કમાન્ડ તો પેલો જ છે. વાંધો નહીં. મને એરર એટલા માટે આવી કારણ કે મારે ઓલરેડી પુશ કરેલું છે બીજેમાં.
ઓકે સર.
હવે તમે તમારા when you go back to your repos that I have just done that, you will see your code has been deployed to your Azure repos. થયું બધાને? કમાન્ડ ના ચાલે. ઓકે ઓકે એટલે આટલું આપણું કમ્પ્લીટ થઈ ગયું. So what we have done is that we have put our local code into the Azure repos. બરાબર? Fine? Fine everybody? Okay. So now we are going to move forward. લોકલ કોડ તમારો બધું આવી ગયો છે અહીંયા. આમ આપણે જોઈ લીધું. લોકલ કોડ અહીંયા આવી ગયો રિપોઝની અંદર. તમારે જોવું હોય તો ફાઇલ્સની અંદર તમે અહીંયા બી જોઈ શકો છો. ફાઇલ્સમાં જશો તમે રિપોઝમાં. અરે યાર લાગે છે. Sorry, it's taking time. લાસ્ટ સ્લાઇડમાં કશું નથી. જસ્ટ પેલું જ મેં બતાવ્યું છે કે આ તમારી બધી ફાઇલ્સ વિઝિબલ થાય છે તે. ઓકે. રિપોઝમાં જશો તો રિપોઝમાં તમને આવી જશે કે રિપોઝમાં કયું બધું આ તમારી રિપો થઈ ગઈ જ્યાં આપણે કોડ એ કરેલો છે. ઓકે. हमारा बीजो project that I have created today. So if I go into that project, oh shit. And I go to repos. તો આ તમને દેખવા મળશે. બરાબર. ફર્સ્ટ કમિટ જે આપણે આપ્યું હતું the commit that we have given message, first commit, it is now visible over here and it contains all of our code. Changes શું કર્યા હતા એ તમને અહીંયા જોવા મળશે. Changes we have made in the index.html file, so that changes is been reflected over here. અહીંયા બતાવશે તમને one change file. Okay, so હવે રીતે જ્યારે when you work in the organization, you can monitor what changes has been made by which person. So this was pushed by me, so Tejas Patel, and name I you today at this time. What changes in the file we have made. So this is all information being provided by the repos. You can maintain your changes over here. You can manage your changes. Okay. So now, once we have done this, we will be moving forward ahead. Now what we are going to do is that we are going to come at the last stage of our configuring our pipeline. Okay. Pipeline, why we configure that the changes made to this to this repository DevOps Charu set. Okay, whatever changes we made now, we should go. It should deploy on this this one, Python web-based Charu set. You should deploy it on this code. This URL. Okay. Currently, we have not configured this, so we are going to configure that. Okay, guys. So pay attention. This is the last session and very important one. So what we are going to do is that now go back to your DevOps project and then go to this pipelines. See this pipelines? Go to that. Just go to that pipelines. Everybody there?
Sir.
Okay. In the pipelines, just click on the pipelines and you'll see this screen, create pipeline. Are you able to see this button? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just
Yes,
click on
sir.
create pipeline. Okay. So it will ask you, there are 4 steps. That is connect, select, configure, and review. Okay. In the connect statement, what it is asking you is that from where I should the code. First understand this. It is asking you where is your code. So our code is in Azure repos that we have done just now. Okay. So I'm going to click Azure repos get. Okay. So then it will ask you select a repository. So in our case, our repository name is DevOps Charset 020422. That I have just, we all have just pushed the code into this repo, right? So what we are going to see, we are going to select this. Okay. So once we have selected our repo that we have added, I mean the file, we have put the code into that repo. It will ask you for the configure. So in this case, what is our configure? That is our Python. We have select Python. Okay. So our application is Python. So in this case, what we are going to do is that Python to Linux web apps on Azure. We are going to select this because we have created a Linux web app earlier. Okay, guys, just don't select anything until and unless I tell you. Try to first understand. We have already created in web app. Okay, and that is on Azure. Where is our web app? This is our web app, and it is in Azure. Okay, this is our web app name. This is our subscription ID. So it is asking us that to configure your pipeline, you have already selected your repository. Okay, so now where to configure means that where the code should be deployed. So in this case, we have this Python to Linux web app on Azure. Second option. So the same thing is mentioned uh, in the slide also. So if you guys miss out, then you can see here in the slide also. So in this side, I have already given in configure step, select the option Python to Linux web app on Azure. Don't select on any other option, just select it. Python to Linux web app on Azure, just select it. So then it will ask you Python to Linux web app on Azure. So in the pop-up will be coming up. Just do it, guys. Just select the second option and you will be seeing the pop-up. Once you see the pop-up, then let me know. Selected? Done? Hello?
Yes, Azure for students લખીને આવે છે ફ્રી ટ્રાયલ ની જગ્યાએ.
હા, કઈ વાંધો નહીં. હજુર પર આ ફ્રી ટ્રાયલ તો આપણે અહીંનો છે બેટા. જે આપણે અહીંયા સિલેક્ટ કર્યું હતું ને પેલું ચેન્જ એસક્યુઝ તે વખતે કર્યું નતું તમે લોકો એમાં ફ્રી ટ્રાયલ હતું ને આ રહ્યું અહીંયા હશે જો અહીંયા જ પોર્ટલમાં જા હજુર પોર્ટલમાં અહીંયા સબસ્ક્રિપ્શનમાં તને દેખાશે.
હા યસ સર.
આવ્યું સબસ્ક્રિપ્શનમાં ફ્રી ટ્રાયલ હશે અને આ સબસ્ક્રિપ્શન આઈડી હવે આખો નંબર આપણે નથી જોતા પણ જસ્ટ ટેક ફોર ધ કન્ફર્મેશન ધ ફર્સ્ટ 2 નંબર ઇઝ 89 and the last one is 417. 89 and 417. Just check it. Is 89
એમ
and
જગ્યાએ
417.
ફ્રી ટ્રાયલ ની જગ્યાએ Azure for student લખીને આવે છે ત્યાં પેલી બાજુ.
કઈ વાંધો નહીં પેલી બાજુ લખીને આવ્યા તો તાર સબસ્ક્રિપ્શન આઈડી દેખાય છે ત્યાં
હવે છે.
હા બસ વાંધો નહીં. હવે એ સબસ્ક્રિપ્શન આઈડી ખાલી ટેલી કરી લે. પહેલા 2 ડિજિટ ને છેલ્લા 3 ડિજિટ બધું ટેલી કરવાની જરૂર નથી.
હા સર.
એ અહીંયા દેખાવું જોઈએ ફ્રી ટ્રાયલમાં કે પછી અહીંયા હજુ તારું જે સ્ટુડન્ટ હોય એની અંદર દેખાવું જોઈએ સબસ્ક્રિપ્શન આઈડી એને સિલેક્ટ કરવાનું એટલે આપણે વી આર The idea of this is that we are deploying our code to this subscription ID, this web app that we have selected. So, understood, guys? Tally thank you.
હા સર થઈ ગયું.
Okay. So, પછી then click the continue button. Okay. Drop down આવશે, હવે કશું કરતા નહીં. Just wait for my instruction. Then from the drop down, just select. So, what is this? Actually, you might have given that name that I have already shown you. Unique name. Before this Azure website.net ની આગળ વાળું. બરાબર છે? જે તમે નામ આપી દીધું અહીંયા તમને ડ્રોપ ડાઉનમાં આવી જશે તમારી સાઇટનું નામ. એક જ આવશે તમને. આવ્યું?
લોગિન વિન્ડો આવી સર લોડ થાય છે હજી.
હા, no worries. Just do that. Anybody else get the web app name?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm moving forward. This web app name that you have just select it, that you have given it, and then you click on this valid and configure. Just click on this valid and configure button.
વેબ સિલેક્ટ કરીને વેલિડ એન્ડ કન્ફિગર ને.
Valid and configure. Don't worry if you miss out. I've given it in this slide also. Valid and configure. Click valid and configure button. Okay. That will take you another screen, and you see. Now, just see, guys, over here in the review part, that is in the review tab, it has created the YAML pipeline. YAML is nothing but yet another markup language, which is in human readable form. So what it says is that it has this parameter trigger. Trigger means trigger એટલે કોઈ action થાય. If any action takes place in the main branch, that is push or something else, commit or something else, then it will trigger. Then it will see for that trigger, and once it is triggered, it will take the code and it will deploy to your subscription ID, which in our case was this. It will deploy to this web app. Okay, and web app name is Python web app Charuset 456. The machine name is Ubuntu latest. Okay, environment name is this, and the Python version is 3.7. Okay, then all the jobs will take place. It will install all the, it will install all the packages, and it will set up that packages from the requirement.txt, and it will install it, and then it will run it. It will create an archive file, and it will build and put the build into your artifacts, and then the deployment will start. So this all has been done by Azure itself. You do not have to do this manually. Okay. If you want to change your Azure pipeline file, you can change it from here. Okay. You can give your name. I'm not changing it currently. So then once you have done, you can save and run it. So you just click it, save and run it. So it will ask for the commit message. By default, okay. Now, guys, if you have this pop-up, just select the first option, commit directly to the main branch. Okay. You getting me? Anybody who has come across
Yes,
over
sir.
here? So now commit directly to the main branch, and then you will just save and run. Click on the save and run button. So this is again given in the slide. So you don't have to worry about that. Save and run. Okay, once it is done, you will see that your pipeline it's a build stage. It is not started yet. Okay, it will start. Okay, so it is. You can see. Just click on it. Sorry. When you click on it, it will see that it is all the jobs has been taken. Initialize job, check out DevOps charu set, the Python install requirement, archive files upload. It has been deployed. I mean, the jobs of building the application is done. And now the deployment will start on the web app. So anybody who is reaching this screen, कोई स्क्रीन पर आयो हमारी स्क्रीन पर just tell me guys कौन सी होना build stage માં કદાચ
એ સ્ટેજમાં જ error આવે છે
right
નો ભરોસો હું કોપી પેસ્ટ જ કરું છું એના પર બહુ મોટી છે
એટલે યાર તો કે ગડબડ કરી હશે
છે no hosted parallelism has been purchased or granted
ના મારી વાત સાંભળ એ એરર નથી build stage થઈ ગયું તમારું
ના સર ત્યાં જ error આગળ જ નહીં વધતું
ઓકે વાંધો નહીં એ એરર તું મને આપ હું તને બતાને મેલ પણ આવ્યો છે જો તારી ઈમેલ આઈડી પર જો જરા
જો
અને એ યુઆરએલ મને કોપી આપ પેજ લોકેટ હિયર actually Azure in the recent days
URL છે એવું આપું
હા એ યુઆરએલ બી આપ મને હું તને મેસેજ બી બતાડું કે તને કેવો આવ્યો છે તો એ યુઆરએલ આપ મને
નીચે આવે
આ પરમિશન નીડેડ આવ્યું
ના સર એ નહીં આવ્યું મેં પેસ્ટ કરી એક URL આવ્યો છે મેં મોકલી ચેટમાં
ચેટમાં દેખાતું નહીં બધા ઓકે થેન્ક યુ હવે ગાઈસ Azure DevOps in the last month before deploying it to the web app, they have gone through one request from the user. This was not earlier, but now from the last month they have started that they will take a permission from you. Okay. I mean, why they have taken these steps? These steps was not involved earlier. Okay, now they have integrated these steps. Now, to make sure that the deployment that is done on your web app is done by a legitimate user. In order to check that security concern, they have put this parallelism check. So, what is this parallelism check? Parallelism request you need to give to the Azure DevOps team. So they will configure you, they will check it, and they will reply it in 1 to 2 days. Okay, and then once that is done, you will receive an email like this. You will receive an confirmation for Azure DevOps. It will take 1 to 2 days from your side at your end. Okay, I have configured it and I have done this parallelism name. So in that case, what you have to give is that your name. Just type your name. I have already given my name. Okay, just give your email address. In my case, it is tejas.patel@devdigital.com. Remember the email that you are logging with your Azure portal. That email you have to give. I hope you are understanding me. Hello,
Yes,
guys.
sir.
Okay. So this is a check constraint given been integrated by Azure team, Azure DevOps team, in order to make sure that you are only the guy that who is going to make the changes and who is going to do the deployment to your web app. Okay. Now in the third part, what is the name of your Azure DevOps organization? So this is in order. If you remember this, then it's okay. And if not, then don't worry. Go to this Azure DevOps site. Okay, and go to Azure DevOps, and this is the organization name that is visible to you here. Go to Azure DevOps here, and this is the organization name that you have already earlier created in the first step of the Azure DevOps. Just copy it and paste over here. Charu said DevOps. Okay, so in that case, you can copy it from here, copy and paste here, and then are you requesting parallelism increase for public or private object? Our project was private, so click private. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Again, I am repeating. Type your name. The email address must be the same that you have used for login to the Azure portal or Azure DevOps. Both are the same email ID that you might have used. So you just enter that email ID. You just enter the DevOps organization name that you will get from the Azure DevOps project. Just go to Azure DevOps, and here what you will see that is the organization name that you have created. Copy this and put it into your organization name, and you in the fourth part, just click on the private and then submit it. Just do it. Once you have submitted, then you need to wait for 1 or 2 working days. Email will be coming to your uh, email ID if you have specified it correctly. Okay, done. Once you have done, just let me know. You guys done?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Okay. Once done with that, you just wait for 1 2 days. It will be coming to you. Now, what to do after that? Just concentrate on my screen. Okay. Then you go to this pipeline. Once you have done, go to this pipelines. You will see that this is the recently run pipeline. Go over here. Okay. So that stage has been corrected. It will show you this if it is done correctly. Okay. And it will ask you, there is build stage. This again is given in the slide, so don't worry about that if you miss out anything. Okay. See the permission, it requires permission needed. So when I click this, it will ask a pop-up. Okay, permission needed. So I will just click the permit. For all waiting and feature runs in the pipeline, just click the pop-up and click on the permit. Permission is granted. I have earlier done my parallelism, so that is why it is allowing me uh, for so that's why my build was successful, and now it will start deploying to my web app. When you click on it, it will show you the different types of jobs that has been taken place. It has initialized the jobs. It had download the artifact. Remember, in earlier stage, in the build stage, it has built the application and puts into the artifact. So it will download that from the artifact and use Python version. It has already been using, you can see here, if you click on download artifact, the artifacts had been downloaded, the build has been taken, and I use Python. So the version used is 3.7 in our case, and now it has started to deployment. We have to wait for some time because it will take time. It will take time, guys. Meanwhile, we'll just go ahead with the slideshow and we'll come back to the pipeline because it's going to take time. Are you guys bored or what? I hope this is something you must have understand in this. Can you reply?
Yes, sir, we understood.
Actually, when you will do once the parallelism request is been received to you, and uh, once you do the code, I mean you see the code in your website, then you will know much more. The parallelism request, I cannot also, I mean, give the prior notice to you. Okay, before starting this lecture, I cannot give you the prior notice to handle the prior, to give the request for to Azure DevOps for the parallelism because all the setup needs to be done before that. Okay, so don't be worried about that. Uh, each and every slide has covered up all the details which you will be receiving it, and we are whatever you have done today it's been covered up in this slide. So don't worry about any part that if you have not missed out any of the steps, then this slide is for you. We were at that this stage where you have missed the error, where you got the error for parallelism. Okay. In my case, I have already done the parallelism, so it will allow me. So once the deployment is done, in my case, it was taken 12 minutes to do that. You will see your code onto the URL that you have been selected. I mean that you have, you can select this URL from the portal, which is this one, HTTP URL. You can just copy it. Let us see if the pipeline has been successful. No, it's still going on. I'll show you. You can copy this copy link address. You can paste it in the other window. Currently, the deployment is going on, so nothing will be visible to you. But let the deployment, let the deployment get over. Then you will able to see. I'll show you. So now what we have learned is that uh, you have taken the code from a GitHub. You have run that code in your local. You have uh, created web app, which is a PaaS services, okay, in the portal, and then you have configured the repository, Azure repos, Azure repos. You have configured it, and you have uploaded your local code to this Azure repos, and then you have configured the pipeline. The pipeline in the pipeline, when I talk about the pipeline, you have configured that where to deploy your code on the web app that we have already created with the portal, portal.azure.com web app that we have created. Okay, and now once this build is successful, okay, deployment is going on. Okay, now I say that the deployment job has been finished. Deployment job, it's done now. So in that case, now if I see, I try to run this project 456.azurewebsite.net, which will give me the local code. This one forward here. See, you will get both the green arrow if your pipeline has been successful. One job completed. So now let's see. You see this? Welcome to Azure DevOps. Could you please tell me your good name? Right here. It's Patel. Say hello. Back to home. Okay. Now, last thing is that I need to change something in my file. Okay. So what I am doing is that uh, I'm changing it. I'm changing hello.html. So in that case, what I'm changing, uh, hello, Mr. Oh, this is so I'm changing index.html file. Welcome to Azure DevOps pipeline. Could you please um, tell your name? Welcome. To DevOps. Okay. Currently, you are not seeing this message on the welcome to Azure DevOps pipeline. You're not seeing it over here. Welcome to Azure DevOps. But what I have changed is that welcome to Azure DevOps pipeline in the code. Could you please tell me your name and welcome to Azure? Welcome and welcome to Azure DevOps. So these are the changes that I have made in the file hello index.html and hello.html. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to commit this code. Okay. So in order to commit that code, first of all, let me clear it. Okay. And then, as I told you that as you have seen earlier, you see the Azure pipeline.yaml file was added. I'm going to repo. You see this azure.pipelines.yaml file what was added when we configure the pipeline. Okay, so this file has been added. So what I need to do is that I need to take first of all git pull. Git pull means it is taking the code from the repository from the origin repository, which in our case is the origin repository is now in the DevOps Charlotte 204 2022. by taking the pool. First of all, it will not allow me. Okay. So you see this now the Azure pipeline.yaml file has been added to my local code. So in that case, now I have to enter it commit minus m commit. Oh, sorry. First of all, I have to add git add. Okay, done. Then I will put git push. So once that those are the changes that has been modified. That is hello.html and index.html. Now I have pushed the code to the repository. Okay. Now you can see the changes that I have made will be reflected over here. The comment section, you can see this. So it is in progress. It is getting. Sorry, it is taking time. Yes, you have this hello and index file that we have changed in our local is now on the repository. Okay. Now to make this changes on the and to reflect those changes over here, also DevOps. Okay, we need to run our pipeline again. So once we run the pipeline, we need not run our pipeline because as I said you in Azure YAML file. You see there was one trigger that was given trigger on main. So we have we have pushed our code on the main branch. So now it has triggered the pipeline. And now this pipeline is deploying. You see, this is all done automatically. I have not done anything. I have just pushed the code, and now that code started to deploy on our server that we have configured on the web app. So once this is done, we will able to see the changes over here. The text we have changes. I'm just waiting for it to finish the job. And once it is done, we are done with our Azure DevOps session. Guys, if you have any question or anything, you can contact me on my email ID, which is patel.tejas.kp@gmail.com, and my mobile number is 9891898793222283. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, then please come forward. I know some of you might have some problem. You can contact me on my email ID. I'm just dropping my email ID on the chat window. Just go ahead with the question if you have.
Students ask question. If you have any doubt, just ask him.
Sir,
this whole
Yeah.
process can be also done in the Heroku, but sir, there is less complexity in it. So why to use Azure? Like same after pushing updated code, we have to run whole pipeline again, and same thing
No,
can be
you
done in.
don't have. So you have to not run the pipeline again. Once you push the code, it will automatically trigger it. It will see. I have not run any pipeline. It has automatically triggered. Why? Because the YAML file it already says that the trigger is on the main branch. So whatever you do on the main branch, that is, I have pushed it. Okay. So the pipeline has already been started. I have not done anything. This is automated. So that's why. And see,
So, sir, as soon
yeah,
as you will push the code, then the pipeline will
will start.
automatically going to rerun.
Yes, it will run automatically. We are not going to do that because you see in Azure pipeline.yaml file, the trigger is on main. Now you can configure any trigger. See in the real scenario, there are many branches. People do not directly go to the main branch. Access is not given to the developer. They are given the access to the feature branch and develop branch. Once they commit to the feature branch, that the code is merged to the develop branch, and then from the develop branch, the code is merged to the master branch or main branch, which is done by the senior level programmer. So you can trigger it. You can write down any steps over here. You can write down multiple triggers. See, this when I note down this. So when any changes is done in the main, what it will do? It will deploy my application on this subscription ID, on this web app name, and using this Ubuntu services, and it will do it automatically. Same thing. If you want to do it with the staging server, then you can change here to deploy it on the staging server. You have to write down the steps over here. You have to write down all the steps and jobs over here. And if you don't want to write down, you can do it manually also by selecting all the pipelines that we have done earlier. So no need of any manual process to be done. Once you do something, it will be directly gone to the your deployment server. So now it says that the deployment it has been finished. If I do this, and talking about Heroku server, what is a good name?
So, Amit,
Amit. See, Heroku server and all those servers are there. Okay, but it does not covers up all the Azure DevOps functionality. What I've shown you is only just one part. If you want to manage the project, then Azure DevOps will give you this bots where you can do the complete management of your project with the Scrum methodology or Kanban mode. You can associate your uh, branch to the particular task also in this. So all the so in the task you will able to see all the changes made by the developer in that particular task also. And Azure itself provides the repos, so you don't have to rely on the other repos, that is GitHub on all those. Azure repos are there for you. Okay, there are built-in pipelines. You can configure it manually, you can configure it automatically, and you can set up different environments. I have not taken this because this is something different for you guys also to understand. There are in the environments you can create different types of deployment slots, and in the release you can again configure it to deploy to the production server once the pipeline has been successfully made. What you have seen today is just one part of it. In practical, it is a huge thing. Azure DevOps is a huge thing, and it is gaining its market. It's gaining day by day. It's a huge one. Heroku is just a server. It's just a server. It does not come up with all this functionality that Azure bots, repos, pipelines, and again the artifacts, test plans. You can pick the test plans over here also. It is an open source.
yes,
It is an open source. But for managing the big project, you see the big project and big functionality and big companies, they go for Azure DevOps. Also, AWS provides the functionality that is code commit and all those things are there. But currently, Azure DevOps is gaining market. You see the changes we have made. Azure DevOps pipeline. And now, if I change it, and welcome to Azure DevOps. Okay. We also made the changes in the file and different file that is hello. Hello, Mr. Mr. Back home.
Yes, sir. And sir, I have one another question.
Josh, go ahead.
Sir, instead of using this Azure repo, we can use GitHub directly,
Yes, you can use. See, you
and
can use it.
same process will be implemented on that also.
Yes, yes, yes. Why not? You see, I have just if you go through the slides, in the select repository, there are options. Sorry, just a minute. Before selecting the document, let me just show you which is 24. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes,
It is.
sir, it's visible.
So, where is your code? Is it in Azure Repo Git? We have actually put our code in the Azure Repo Git. So you can use directly from the GitHub also. You see this? GitHub selection is there. Bitbucket Cloud is there. Other Git is also there. GitHub Enterprise Server is also there. So you can choose from any of those subversion. That is, Prioritized SVN is also there. This is the subversion. So it's not limited. I mean, it is provided professionally. When I see this Azure DevOps from the company perspective and the professional perspective also, it is gaining huge popularity. And for any developer, you are getting out of your academics, Azure DevOps is the must thing that you must know. It's a must for everybody. Okay.
Yes,
So
thank you, sir.
yeah, go ahead. Any other question?
No, sir, that's all.
Right. So tell me your brutal experience. Just tell me the brutal experience on my email ID also. You can tell that. Just be clear. If you understand, then if you understand. If you're not understand, then you're not understand. So that will help for my personal improvement also. Okay. So guys,
Oh, okay,
okay.
sir.
So yeah,
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving us so basic, valuable knowledge for the DevOps. Okay, and thanks for your timing. Okay, students,
sure.
do you have any other questions or just mail to us, sir? Okay, and thanks you, sir, for giving it us to time, your valuable time.
Thank you. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you, sir.
And goodbye. And you can always contact me on my email ID or phone. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you guys. Bye. Have a good day.
Students, kindly check your mail and please fill the fill back form.
Sure, sir.
बंद हो गया 2 के पहले ही